Okay, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Vice President McVeigh, if you wouldn't mind reading the Open Public Meeting Act statement, please.
This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. This meeting of April 16, 2019 was included in the list of notices sent to the newspapers of record and posted on the bulletin board in a municipal building, and has remained continuously posted as the required notices under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk.
Excellent. Can we please stand for the flag salute?
We gather to make decisions for our community. May we use only our best skills and judgment, keeping ourselves impartial and neutral as we consider the merits and pitfalls of each matter that is placed before us, and always act in accordance with what is best for our Phillipsburg community and our fellow citizens.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Council President Phillipsburg.
Here.
Council Vice President McVeigh.
Here.
Councilman Davis. Councilwoman DeGirolamo. Here. Councilman Litz.
Here.
Okay, folks, for the very first, we do have a resolution, 2019-65A, a resolution to provide for an executive meeting of the Town Council of the Town of Phillipsburg for the purpose of sewer litigation. Can I get a motion?
And it's also because litigation involves Commissioner Would
Are we going to piggyback here? Would you like to go?
I was very long, so we can knock it.
All right, we're going to do two, and one for the purpose of litigation. Action may be taken on both. I anticipate about 30 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo. Yes. Councilman Litz.
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh.
Yes.
Council President Phillipsburg.
Yes. Okay. Folks. Roll call.
Councilman Davis.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo.
Yes.
Councilman Litz.
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh.
Yes.
Council President Phillipsburg.
Yes. Okay. We're about to executive session. We will not be taking action. Move forward to the approval of minutes for March 26, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Just one comment. Vicky, did you make that correction I emailed to you earlier?
I did. I have to speak to Lori in reference to them because she did that meeting.
Okay.
But when I listened back to the tape, tried to listen to the tape on my way over, it said that if there was a consent agenda,
Yeah.
everybody voted yes,
That's what I
so
thought. Okay.
that should be corrected, but Daniel, Councilwoman DeGirolamo mentioned that there was
There's a vote
misvote,
missing. There's a vote missing.
so I can review that with.
Okay. Yeah. Can we make a motion to postpone to the next meeting?
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman Litz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Phillipsburg.
Yes. Forward to the payment of bills.
The current fund, $126,426.14. State and federal grants, $1,666.42. Capital fund, $24,594.24. Sewage utility fund, $172,317.55. For a regular bill list of $325,004.35. Section 8 rent payments, $150,969.15. The prior council meeting, there's been tabled bills, William Benz, Phillipsburg UEZ, Stephen Ellis, Garden State Farms, and DeVoe Associates. The prepaid bill list for April 16th, current fund $4,908. For a grand total of all funds, $493,032.09.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion, Councilman Woods.
There
The only thing I have, and that's under mayor and council, is a projector, power light, for $395 for the mayor, I guess. I know we didn't do it.
Projector bulb?
Whatever that power light,
Sounds about-
$395.
Yeah, it does sound about right if it's a bulb for a projector. Is it a high definition projector?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Councilman Davis?
I'm good, thank you.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
I'm fine, thank you.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
I have one thing.
Sure.
Check number 75645. It is to General Supply Company, keys for the garage, $12.
Do we know what that was for?
I'm not sure what it's for. I'll take an answer if I could, but I'm wondering, I think it's been said in the past that this supplier is not licensed in New Jersey. We do have licensed locksmiths here in town, and we're not, I don't know why we're not utilizing those businesses.
I believe it would be a question for the mayor. I would completely support them locally. I believe we did check into General Supply, and they were licensed in
Yes, they
the
were.
state of New Jersey, right?
Are they in New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay.
We
They do have their
did,
business.
we did check into it. It does state that they are licensed.
I'll lift it.
So, Vic, is it possible that you could send council the copy of their license or reach out to them? I
Sure.
still would push for
I have
using
it.
local
It's on file.
if we are, maybe, do we have a contract with General Supply?
They may be part of the state contract.
Okay. Is it possible to investigate that just to find out? Because if we can get it cheaper, we can get it better and go local, I'd rather do that.
Absolutely.
Do you want to lift it, Councilman?
Actually, since we're going to go ahead and ask for a copy of the license and everything, I would let's say we do it for this.
Okay, so we are going to, under Councilman Vice President's request, he would like to table 75645. Is there a motion? I'll motion for Council Vice President 75645. Also, like to ask that, since we didn't approve as amended yet, I'm going to ask council remove the William Benz bill for $487.50 and remove the UEZ kiosk bill for $10,871.
Do you mean to add those to the bill for table it? Yeah.
Untable it, or?
So, motion to untable the William Benz bill and the UEZ kiosk bill.
So moved.
A second.
Roll call, Vic?
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman Litz?
Yes?
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Colbert?
Yes. Is there discussion on the bills that we had just removed? Or that we had motion to remove on table?
Did you get an answer?
I did. So, with regard to Mr. Benz, I did not find the mayor's answer sufficient. I also would like to send it off. I think we should have an executive session at the next council meeting since we spent enough time in there tonight. There are some questions regarding this bill. Quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, I don't believe that these services were rendered. I got 3 different stories, and I think that somebody else should look into it other than council. With regard to the UEZ kiosk, I went back, there's no contract. No contract was provided. I asked, no contract was approved by council for the amount of $10,871. It's a fault through act, form of government. With no contract, there is no $10,871 reimbursement. There should have never been a purchase.
Right now, those two bills have been untabled and they're on the bills list.
We're not removing it.
No, you took.
No, you want to take
took
it
off. You want to remove them from the bills list?
I want to remove it from the bills list indefinitely.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay. Misunderstood.
No, that's okay.
Then you need to.
Right, so I had on table to discuss them, so then I would motion to remove the bills for $487 for William Benz and remove the UEZ kiosk bill for $10,871.
So. Second.
The only debate I'll offer is that it was discussed in the previous council that we would reimburse the UAZ. There was no formal contract, but it was discussed and there was consensus given from the council that time. There was no formal vote, but it doesn't feel like we're living up to our end of the bargain with UAZ by not paying this bill.
Would it have been prudent then to follow the Faulkner Act that the mayor posts on Facebook constantly about, Councilman?
Whether this is a Faulkner Act consideration or not, it seems at least in spirit, there was an agreement in place.
Excellent, and that was in 2017?
I can't remember exactly when we did it to be.
Yes, it
candid.
was.
Yeah, thanks.
I'd still motion to remove.
Yeah, that motion is, we have it.
You have it, we're
A
talking.
motion is second. Roll call.
Can we comment? still? I will concur. It was brought up at council. They did discuss it at length. It does feel like it feels unfair to not pay the UEZ. They had every expectation to be reimbursed. However, bringing up that it is a Faulkner Act violation changes my mind to that. If there's a contract legally required and we don't have one, that solves it.
Yeah, if I just make a point of clarification, that's not a, the contracting between the town, a contract between the town and another entity, whether it's public or private, is not unique to the Faulkner Act or government, any form of government. It's town, it's community form, borough form, optional municipal charter form, which is what Phillipsburg is. If you're spending monies, you should have paperwork in place to follow that.
Thank you, Council.
Well, the kiosk is removed from wine group's lot now, so if we can give it back to them, they can sell it.
That's okay with me. That's to the administration, I believe, council.
No, that's
Looks like we don't own it.
Because we really don't own it, you're right.
Roll call to remove.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman Litz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McVeigh?
Yes.
Council President Holbrook?
Yes. The $487.50 bill to William Benz and the UEZ kiosk bill in the amount of $10,871 has been permanently removed from the bills list. There are three other bills on the bills list that were previously tabled. One was for Garden State Farms in the amount of $275. Another for Devo and Associates for $468.60, and one for Stephen R. Ellis in the amount of $48.49. Does anyone wish to untable those?
I asked for information, I haven't received it yet. So,
Okay.
fine, leaving it taken.
Anyone else? Earlier today,
I did send you
I think Councilwoman was asking where it was placed.
I think so. Because it was sitting so long because we didn't have a answer for it.
I don't think we know where it is.
Some,
All I asked was where it was. I was curious what one looked like. For
$275.
$275, I just want to see what it looked like.
Hopefully it's made of gold.
It might be one of the big stone ones downtown. If one was broken, I just want to know.
Okay, so
It's hangs, right?
it is kind of,
there is information based on 275. So we've already shared, right?
mhm.
Okay, I've seen it. Have you seen?
Where is it?
It's right here. This black thing.
Was that
I'm a little
the update on the
challenged, but
update one?
it's a little victory for Frank Jakes. finding it. So, later in the afternoon, we did receive a set of bills from Vicky, right?
Well, she hasn't.
Right, right.
This bill just showed up on our bills list,
Yes.
but it was received by Sherry Corcoran in August of 2019 or 2018.
2018.
And it just showed up.
Because they didn't have a vendor number, because they didn't have the proper documentation to process.
So the information, we do have it, if you want, let everyone take a look at it. Keep the table for the dates, I don't know.
I think the proper thing to do, Council Vice President, would be to keep the table and let council.
Yes, that's kind of, we really shouldn't follow it. Lots to talk about with that one.
Okay, motion to approve bills list as amended. That was with the removal of 7.5. I wrote it down. 75645 to general supply.
I believe you motioned that, so I will second.
I meant roll call, I apologize,
sorry.
Councilman.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman Litz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McBeth?
Yes.
Council President Polk?
Yes. So public comment on agenda items. If there's public comment, please state your name and address at the podium. You have a 5-minute time limit.
Joe Minor, 392 South Main Street, Phillipsburg. 2019-07. The present municipal building space use can be condensed to house the police. It may be economically feasible to continue renting courthouse space. Please investigate this option combination.
Joe, I apologize. Are you asking us to consider staying at Corliss Avenue? Is that what that was?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make note.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Public comment on agenda items? There being none, we can close that portion. Move on to administrative reports. The sewer subcommittee, you're first. Is there anything in the sewer subcommittee?
You know everything we know right now.
They don't.
Yeah, oh, sorry. We just met in executive session with our attorney, and we're expecting further reports based on that discussion in the near future.
Thank you, Councilman. Redevelopment subcommittee?
Spoke with Councilman Lutz. I'll speak this week on that. I had an opportunity earlier to speak with one of the architects that we're working with, and we are trying to coordinate with that architect and their financial backer to come and get a date here, and that's probably inclusive of the builder, because through some hard, diligent work, Councilman Lutz has put together myself with the builder, the architect, and the financial backer of one redeveloper we're working with. The second redeveloper, I believe Council President and I had met with, and that went very, very well. And that is a little different angle, without saying too much. That's a little different pitch of what we have, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking in diversity in our redevelopment plan. We are not short of any redevelopers coming, regardless of what you hear about redevelopers running because of this council. They are running. They are running to Councilman Lutz and I, and Council President Folker, so for these meetings, so it's working out pretty well. We are taking our time with this. This has been going on for so long. We think it's imperative to continue to be all ears, lay the foundation, working with these builders, architects, financial backers, to have them understand what we want here in town and what deliverables we want, what economic social drivers they want to put together for us, and the commitment they have to our community. It is going very well, and they will be before you soon. We did let them know there is some very heavy business going in town with our budget, with some of our bonds, And we'd like that cleaned up first because as a council and as a community, we want to give them our undivided attention and to have a meeting where we can come in where it's a real clean slate and an open-minded audience instead of a lot of things that are right here, which we're probably going to take about another month and a half to get through. So, Council President, just very proudly to say we are, as you know, as you were in the one meeting, we're very much proud of the subcommittee, what we're doing, and what we will be presenting to the town later on in 2019.
Yes, I will say the only reason I was in attendance was because Councilman Lutz was at work that day, so I had volunteered. It was definitely interesting. Looking forward to, I'm actually excited to see them put on the presentation. Moving forward to the landlord tenant subcommittee, we have not been able to meet yet because we are under orders not to meet in the municipal building. So once we find a appropriate space, I will call Ms. Messling at the Phillipsburg Public Library and see if we can get a meeting space in that building. I would like to make a motion at this time to publicly dissolve the subcommittee between the council, the police department, that was formed in an effort to discuss the moving, the relocation of the municipal building.
So moved.
Second.
Is there discussion? Roll call.
Well, I was to say, before we vote, I'm in favor of coordinated efforts. I think that there's still progress that could be made and new benefits be brought to fruition. So I'd encourage us to leave that subcommittee in place to encourage constructive dialogue. So, thank you, Council President.
You're welcome. Speechless. I'm good. Roll call.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McBain?
Yes.
Council President Polk.
Yes. Mayor's report can be found at the library and the fiction department. We won't be reading that this evening.
Council President,
I read it, Councilman.
I object to that.
Okay. Objection noted.
There's no need for that.
No, there was, Councilman. Councilman Lutz, do you want to do it now, or do we do it?
Yeah, no, I'll do it now, since it's in the committee. I spoke to the attorney, and I think we have decided, I know I have decided, there's a lot of money, like $600,000 that is out, that is still owed to the town of Phillipsburg. And it's all big businesses that we have in the town of Phillipsburg. And some of them haven't paid a dime. Some of them have to pay over, the loan is over $110,000, another one is close to it, $100,000. And it just keeps going on and on. So we've decided to put this on record that please come up and call the attorney so it's not embarrassment to you if your name and your company is in the paper. We're giving you a fair chance to come up and talk to the attorney and see what payment arrangements we can make, and before we go into paper. So that's all I have to say about that, and I just wanted to say that out so I know it's going to be taped. So hopefully a few of you will come up and call the attorney and set up payment arrangements, because it's not right. It just isn't right that people just come up and grab the money and not pay anything back, and it's totally wrong. Where we could use that money elsewhere, and now we can't. So if you know you're out there, if you know who you are. Seriously, you know who you are. Just call the attorney's office and make arrangements. That's all we ask. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. We can move forward to ordinances for a second reading. Ordinance number 2019-12. Ordinance of the Town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 290 fees in the Code of the Town of Phillipsburg regarding police reports.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. I got to open it up to the public first for public discussion? Is there any public discussion on ordinance 2019-12? There's seeing none. Close the public portion, move to our panel. Does anyone have any questions? Roll call.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilwoman DeGarmo?
Yes.
Councilman Litz?
Yes.
Council Vice President McBain?
Yes.
Council President Holter?
Yes. Ordinance 2019-12 successfully passes. Ordinance 2019-13, we have, I've asked the council to leave it tabled for revisions. I've been asking to leave it tabled again this week, because I will be meeting with Council Leonard to discuss the revisions regarding this ordinance. Does anyone object? It's not. She's right. Okay, ordinance 2019-14. It's a final reading. Ordinance of the Town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 67, Vehicles and Traffic, Section 28, Parking Lots, subsection 1, entitled Municipal Lots, Payment Required by the Code of the Town of Phillipsburg in order to remove the Riverside Way Lot. We'll open it up to the public. Mr.
Joe
Minor.
Minor again. I guess I'm talking that it needs rewriting a bit. It's got some flaws in it. We usually don't do it, but first, it looks like, I don't know if Delaware River, I know Delaware River Park isn't mentioned here. And then there's Riverside Park, or Delaware Park. I think it's Delaware River. Okay, that's not mentioned. And then the Union Square, not mentioned. So I'm assuming all three are removed, because that's what the thing says first, are removed in this rewrite. They are no longer municipal parking lots. Is that, do I have
For
that?
parking,
part right?
for paid parking?
Say that again, I didn't hear you.
Are you asking whether or not you pay to park at the Delaware Heights lot, Mr. Minor?
Are you going to, yeah, I'm asking whether they are included. The first thing you did in this motion is remove the old parking designations. So,
No, this ordinance that we rewrote last year.
Yeah.
Right, the ordinance we rewrote last year, we added
Okay.
2 parking lots for the municipal lots that permit parking only, right, paid parking. This year, what we're doing here with this ordinance is removing the Riverside lot from paid parking.
the Riverside lot, but these are the only lots you have now, though, because you removed the whole parking ordinance and replaced it with this ordinance.
No, we did not.
So the only difference,
No, that's not count.
Mr. Minor, council
Okay,
members.
I was trying to read it, what I.
no, it's very cool. So the previous version of what's before you is exactly the same, except you had Riverside Way also in that. So all that's been done is Riverside Way has been deleted, everything else is just as.
Just the same, okay. Now, which one is Riverside Way? Is that the one by the Delaware River Park downtown where I walk? No.
No, this is where they're going to redevelop and put buildings on. Behind Jimmy's Hot Dogs.
Behind Jimmy's house.
Oh, where, that lot which is essential to the people who live in the area,
Palooza.
to park there. Yeah, that's horrible that you're going to,
We're not taking
Build
away the
on that
lot.
area.
Well, I didn't choose the building. I didn't choose, what do you mean it's
I'm
horrible?
speaking my, now that I understand what the lot is, I'm just speaking my displeasure at your going, that part of redevelopment.
Mr. Minor,
Beginning of
the only scope of this ordinance is to remove it from the parking lots that can be charged for parking. That's the only thing that's being done in this ordinance. There will not be paid parking except for special events in this parking lot.
Okay, that's another thing. The second thing I want to talk about is the second page. What is a special event? Okay. Right now, my parking permit is for South Main Street, and if a special event occurs, I want to make sure that the people who park there on Sunday to go to church illegally, and myself who park there legally, don't get billed $10 because, say, the choo-choo train is running, or we're celebrating Easter. So I really want to know what a special event is, and I want to know that I'm not going to be paying $10 to park on Saturday and Sunday because the choo-choo train is running.
Mr. Bonner, did you ask these questions to the mayor when you were with him earlier this week?
No.
Okay, the mayor's in charge of, I mean, he can tell you what is the difference between a special use, a special event.
Well, you're passing this thing, or not passing?
Sure,
Would you tell me what a special, what do you mean? Will I be
proposing to remove
paid?
the paid parking element from Riverside Way. That's what we're proposing.
Well, this thing is still in here. It's part of the proposal. It's
On
written-
Riverside Way?
No, it's written in the motion. It's part
So-
of the motion. It exists. There it is.
Okay, so you want me to tell you what a special event is?
Is it the choo-choo train stuff? And
It's the-
am I?
The train excursion is considered a special event, yes.
It is.
Yes, it
Will
is.
I be paying $10 to park in that lot?
No, sir, why would you pay $10? You have a permit.
No, the special event, the municipal lot shall impose a flat rate of $10 per vehicle for parking.
But you have a permit for the town, don't you?
I have a permit for the town, I
So
can
you
park
would-
any place in the town,
So you-
but my registered parking is for that lot.
Okay, but you wouldn't be subjected to
A rate.
a rate.
I would not be
No, because
subjected.
you already purchased your permit, which entitles you to park.
Okay, that's now part of the public record, so, well, being part of the public record, yeah, we know about that. Okay, I'm gonna take that, that'll hold up if it ever comes up.
Your 5 minutes are up. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Minor. Is there anyone else with any questions regarding this ordinance? There being none, we can close the public portion, bring it to the panel. Anyone on the panel? Councilman Lutz?
No, thank you.
Councilman Davis?
Nothing.
Councilwoman DeGirolamo?
So when we talked about this previously, we were still going to be able to charge for special events in Riverside.
The mayor can send a DPW worker down there like he has.
According to this,
We're
it
removing
says
the,
during special events only in the lots that are mentioned, which primarily are booked up.
it's the same ordinance that was written before, that he wrote the law before, is that what you're telling me?
The only lots that we can charge for are the lots that are identified in this ordinance.
Right, so if we remove it, I know we
If you
talked
want to do an
about,
exception for special events and have special event,
we'd have to do a whole new reading.
We can amend it.
right.
We can amend it at any time. We're being charged right now for the kiosk. You just sold 400.
I understand, but we do take in a significant amount of revenue at the special event,
Okay.
that if this prohibits that from happening, I don't know.
Do you know how much revenue we take in, Councilman?
According to last year's financials, it was under $30,000. But that was $30,000.
How much did we pay the DPW worker to sit down there?
I have no idea. If I
Right.
had my druthers, I would have taken a part-time employee and probably asked them if they wanted
So-
to make $15 an hour.
What I'm saying is, do you understand that we have paid an employee every day at every special event
I
to sit down
understand.
there and charge, or to show people the kiosk and where they should park? So we paid overtime to a DPW employee. We don't know how much. No one tracked the costs. No one knows. So you can say we took in $30,000, but how much did we pay out? What did it truly come to?
Well, that just sounds like a poor administrative decision. I don't want to legislate based on bad administration.
Well, that is what we do. We legislate. And when something's broken, if it's not being fixed, what should we do, Councilwoman?
I was under the impression we would still be able to collect in that lot, even if it wasn't through the kiosk. Okay, I've asked my question.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Council Vice President.
Second meeting I ever sat on, I was quoted and proudly said it was, parking was a disaster. And we're cleaning it up. We gave it a little bit of chance. This is still the cleaning of the house. There should not be 26,000, 27,000, 450,000, 6.7 million, or whatever that new Phillies guy gets. Whatever we collect a year, it doesn't matter without a proper parking authority and SOP, because I said before, if you take a dime, because it was, the mayor had said, well, you know, these are out of towners, they're coming in, we can hit them for everything you got. Well, that's